Welcome back, students. Today we'll be seeing a topic on C++ files and streams. So we generally know we'll be including IO stream. So what is the necessity of using IO stream in the header file is in order to access cin and cout functions in the IO stream, I have to include IO stream in the include files. Only then I can access input and output in the console using our C++ programs. Now, when coming to file handling mechanism, again we have to do input and output in the file. So for that we need again a stream that is include file, that is f stream, so which can do input and output, that is read or write from the file. So our OF stream is output file stream, IF stream is input file stream. So in the output file stream, this represents that I can give my my display on the file, whereas input stream we can read from the file. So output file stream enables to write into the file. Is it clear? So I can write to the file, then I should use OF stream. If I want to read but I cannot write to the file, then I should use IFS stream. So if I want both, then I can use F stream. That is, both read as well as write is possible in F stream. Now, so C statement, this data type represents the file stream generally has the capability of both OF stream as well as IF stream. That is, it can create files, write information to the files, and then read information from the files. So now, how to open a file? So this is a syntax to open a file: void open, file name, and what mode you need to open. So the mode, what are the different modes are given here. So you have append mode. Append mode, all output to that file to be appended at the end. That is, I can write to this file. If I open in append mode, I can write to the file, but from the end. It will not overwrite the existing file, it will write from the end. So IOS AT is open a file for output and move read and write control to the end of the file. It can read as well as write to the end of control, and control is shift to the end of the file. Then IOS in is only for reading, IOS out is only for writing, and then TRUNC trunk mode is if the file already exists, it will not create a new file. In the existing file it opens. Is it clear? Contents will be truncated before opening the file. So this is something overwriting on the existing file. So now these two, any of the modes could be combined using OR mode also. So here you see I have a file open, output file, that is, I have opened a file for output. Here it can do both out mode as well as trunk mode. So what is out mode? I can write into the file, but trunk mode is something I can overwrite on the file. That is, the already existing content will be erased. So that is trunk. Both could be done using the same file. Then I should use the OR operator. The slash operator is the OR operator. So another example also given. So how do I close a file is just you give void close, then it is going to close the close function is going to close the file. I will show you an example program, it will be more easier for you. See, this is a program where I have included F stream, that is both reading as well as writing to the file I am going to do. So I have included F stream. So now in this our data is a character array. So out file is a file I am going to reference. This is actually a file pointer reference, which is open. This is a reference to only a output stream. That is, I can only write into this file. Out file is not the file name. I am using a reference to a file. So how I am using that is the out. It's just an object. How do you create an object? Think that this is a class. OF stream is a class. OUT file is the object name. I have created an object now. This is a user. You can have any name, whatever you want. You can have. Not necessarily should be out file only. User can give any name. So using that, I'm calling a function called open. This is defined in this OF stream. So open is a function. So inside that, I'm giving which file I want to open. That is, I want to create, or I want to open the existing file. Whatever it is, this file should be a new. If it is a new file also, it can open, create a new file. This is a file name which I am creating, a file.dat. And then next, see out, write into this file, because I'm open only for out, so I can write only to this file. So I'm giving what you want to write into this file. So you're giving enter your name, so that you are capturing into this data array. So you see in getLine, whatever is you are going to give, that is captured in the data array, and then you are going to in the out file. So out file is reference to the file name afile.dat. So in that, this data will be copied. Whatever is the data, the name you have given, that will be copied. Next, you are asking for the age. So once you have given the age, so that will be copied to the, that will be displayed on the file, whichever the out file is referencing. Then finally, you are closing it using the object name. So we saw close is for file close now. So outfile.close is going to close the file which you have opened for writing. Next you are again opening, you want to open that same file and read. So how we are going to open is, if you only want to read, so I am having another object now for if stream, that is only for input stream, and then I am opening the same file which I have already created. I am opening, and then from that I want to read. So reading from the file, in file, so you're reading from that file, so data alone, in file you are reading the data, and then you are going to see out that data. So that data again you are writing out to the console screen. Okay. Similarly, I am again reading the data from the file and then displaying on the console. Every statement, each line will be read for every input. Okay, so every input it is going to write it's going to read each line. So first line you gave name, second line you gave age. Second time when I give same in file, it is going to read the second line. Third time when you give in file, it will read the third line. So like that, line by line it will be read. And then immediately after reading, you are displaying it on the console screen. So that will be displayed on the console screen. And then you are closing that in file also. You see how this program is executed. So here, see I have copied this program here in the C++ compiler. So in this, I am just debugging. See, I have same program only. I am going to debug this. So it is asking for the enter your name. So once you have given the name, it is asking for enter your age. So once I am giving the age, so it is reading. So where it is reading from the file is, it is reading from this file which we have created. We have created afile.dat, no? So that file has Priya as the first display, and then 30 as the second, age as the second display. This is what these two contents are read using the in file. So you out file, I am going to transfer the data, whatever here you have given, to the A file data, and then I am going to read from the A file data and then transfer it to the screen. Is it clear? So once you give enter your name Priya, it is entered to your A file data. Once you give enter your age 30, it is going to display on the A file data. And then reading from the file, this Priya and 30, how it is displayed on this screen is, after reading from this file, it will be displayed here. So that is what is given here. So in the input file, input file is going to read only. It is not going to write into the file. It is only read only that, and then see out the data in the normal screen. So if you are giving the output to the file, then you should give out file. If you want to output to the screen like this, a console screen, I have to give see out. If I want to take input, normal input, I should give cin. If I want to take input from the file, I should give in file. That is the difference. Okay. Clear? I think it will be clear. Once again you go through the video, then it will be more clear. Now coming back to this, so that's how the program is done. So once you have run the program, you get the output. And now next we will see what is file position and pointers. So file position is, you suppose I want to only from one particular point I want to position I want to read, I want to display from one position, one particular point from the file. I don't want to start always from the beginning. In that I need a file position pointers. So I use seek G for I stream, seek P for O stream. So here again it has different modes, from the beginning or from the end. So 3 different modes. Beginning is always default. Whenever you want, the cursor is always from the beginning. CUR, cursor means from which point the cursor is. From which point the cursor is, from that point I want to read. End is always at the end of the file. So this is syntax for it. So file object dot seek G, N means after the nth location, position to the nth byte. So then your position is always from the nth byte. Position n bytes from the cursor point. So from the cursor point, which is n byte, then you use this mode. From the end, you want n byte, means then n bytes back from the, it is back from the end. From the end, it is backward pointer towards n is, then you use this syntax. So it always to the end means we use this syntax, that is 0. Now n byte is 0 here, 0 bytes from the end. So that is, it is going to point to the end of the file. So clear? So you can try any program using the seek G and seek P also. So before that, you understand what is the file, what is the necessity of the file, what are the different streams necessity for file, and then this example program, input and output file is very important. So this file, this program you can take for the observation also, how to input and output from the file, and then you can do for the observation. Please try the program, and then for a self-study you can have a program on seek G and seek P also. So that's all about the files, and go through the video. Thank you.